What is going on, everyone? It is me, aLone Wanderer, and I'm here with another Alone Time video. This, of course, is the series where you can get to know me better as a person by asking me questions that I answer in video format. And again, today's question comes from Twitter. It comes from Kiddo, of course, who asks the following. Where do you see yourself in 5 years career-wise, channel-wise, and also relationship-wise? I thought this was a great personal question for me to answer so you can get to know me a little bit better, even more so than what you've gotten to know me in recent times. And I did want to say, though, that I would love to start sourcing the questions for Alone Time from YouTube itself. So please do ask me a question below in the comments, something personal related. I'm not really looking for general gaming questions. If you want to know something about me, ask me below, and those will be the questions that I look towards when I pick the next one for the next Alone Time. So just bear that in mind. I keep having to go to Twitter because there's just not enough questions that are being asked, even though people are commenting. So please ask questions and I'll pick one of them. So Kiddo does ask a great question, or a series of great questions, and I want to go into them in a little bit of detail. So the first one, let's knock out of the way. Relationship-wise, where do I see myself in 5 years relationship-wise? And as many of you probably do know by this stage, whether you follow me on Twitter or you watched the recent video where she appeared, I have a girlfriend and we've been dating for almost 2 years now. And this question is really interesting because in 5 years, I certainly do see myself being with my girlfriend. I know that some people might be critical or cynical of that and say, well, you don't know what's going to happen in 2, 3, 4, 5, however many years. Everyone says they want to stay together, but eventually most people break up. And even if you get married or whatever, 50% of relationships end in a breakup. But I truly do see myself staying with my girlfriend at the moment for the rest of my life. And I mean that in a genuine way, because I want to explain to you a little bit about my relationships prior to my girlfriend. So for many years, I actually just didn't date girls. I went on a 5 to 6 year dating hiatus because I had went through a couple of rough relationships, one where I was cheated on, one where some other shit happened, and I just got turned off of dating. I didn't want a girlfriend. All that stuff happened to me. So I just had fun for 5 years and didn't want a girlfriend, didn't even think about it. And a lot of the problem was down to me personally. I was just too trigger happy with girls. I was wanting to get a girlfriend and I would jump into relationships too quickly and soon find out that the girl that I was in a relationship with wasn't the one. It wasn't the one that I wanted to have a long-term relationship with. And most of the time there were girls that, looking back with retrospect, I liked, but I don't think I liked enough to really legitimize the relationship. And again, those culminated in those 2 bad relationships that I had where I got cheated on, etc. So I was turned off by it, and I promised myself that I wouldn't make those mistakes again. I promised myself that I wouldn't just jump into another relationship simply because I liked the idea of having a girlfriend. And that was my problem for a very long time. I liked the idea. I just wanted to have a girlfriend. I liked the idea of being able to go to someone, to talk to them, to get intimate with, to go on dates. I really wanted that in my life, but I think I pushed for that way too much. I pushed for that at the expense of my happiness. I pushed for that at the expense of getting into a relationship with a girl that I probably shouldn't have because I didn't like them enough. And relationships are important, and I made mistakes over the years with that. I shouldn't have gotten into those relationships, and I was probably very unfair on the girls that got into those relationships with me. Maybe they were making the same mistake. Maybe they were jumping into it too fast too, but I can't speak for them, and by all accounts, they probably liked me a lot too, and I was doing them a disservice by getting into a relationship with them. So all of that happened, and I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't date a girl unless I was absolutely sure. Unless I was absolutely sure that I wanted a long relationship with the girl, that I was actually going to treat her properly like a girlfriend, and that I actually liked her and could see myself, getting married and having kids and starting a family. And that might seem to be jumping the gun, but I had gone through such a bad run of relationships that I just didn't care. The next girlfriend that I had, I wanted that to be special. I actually wanted to have a proper relationship that I put all my effort into. So that happened with me. I went overseas, I went on a tour, and I happened to meet my girlfriend, who's my girlfriend now. And it's funny because I met her and I knew I liked her, and the one issue was that we were doing long distance. She lived in a different city to me. and I knew that that would have been incredibly difficult. So especially in this case, I had to be really sure that I liked her. I had to be really sure that this could last and that we could actually make it work long distance wise. And it's been very difficult. It's been so difficult over 2 years. And you know what made me realize that I truly do love this girl? I don't just like her. I am completely in love with this girl. Was when I realized that in the past, I've tried for long distance relationships, and the excuse that I always gave for those relationships not working, or for me not wanting to put all of my effort into those relationships and cut them off early, was because of distance. On 2 different occasions, I was close with girls that lived a long distance away from me, and the excuse that I used for not sticking out the relationship was because of the distance. I always said, oh, you know, the distance is there. That's the only reason why we're not together, or that's the only reason why this relationship isn't going to go anywhere. If we were closer, it'd be better, but I'm not going to be bothered with this. It's just not going to work. I never said that with my current girlfriend. We lived 8 hours away by driving, and it was like 1 to 2 hours by flight, but very expensive flights. But I never said that. I never used that as an excuse. And I guess that's when I realized that I actually love this girl, because I wasn't willing to use the distance as an excuse for not putting my all into the relationship and for not actually sticking it out and seeing if we could make it work. So coming back to the question that Kiddo asks, where do I see myself in 5 years relationship-wise? I see myself married to this girl. To be honest, I see myself married to this girl this year, and she knows it. And the only thing holding me back is getting a ring. That's my honest answer there. I want to marry this girl, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later. And in 5 years, to be honest, 5 years is about the time that I'd start to want to actually have a kid. If you ask me in 5 years, could you see yourself at least starting to try to have a kid with my girlfriend now? Hell yes, absolutely. And I say that with all confidence. So that is that aspect of the question. I hope that was a personal answer for all of you. So let's go to the next question. Channel-wise, where do I see my channel in the next 5 years? And I've talked about my channel a lot, so I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but I know that I said a lot in recent times that I don't care about views and that I don't care about how successful my channel is. And that's true to an extent, but I still do want to see my channel be successful. I know that I've had a change in focus on my channel, and I know that I don't necessarily care about views anymore, which is true, I don't. But I'd be lying to myself if I said that I don't want my channel to be successful. If my channel is successful and I'm enjoying what I'm doing and treating it as a hobby when I'm doing Let's Plays and doing gameplays with the community, that is just icing on the cake. That is the cherry on top. I would love for this channel to be successful in the current format, in the current direction that it's heading. Because let's be honest, selfishly, it's going to mean more subs for me, it's going to mean more views, and it's going to mean more money. And money makes the world go round. But that doesn't mean that if in 5 years my channel's still squandering at less than 100,000 subscribers, that I'd be unhappy with it. I wouldn't be unhappy with it. I'd still be doing it because it's a hobby I absolutely love, and it's melding together my extreme passion for gaming. But of course, at the back of my mind, I'd love to see it be successful. That's a win-win situation. If I can do something that I enjoy, that also gets me more money and also gets me more views and more attention and more notoriety on the internet, of course I'd love that. And that's ego talking, but I think each and every YouTuber would be really lying if they said that they didn't want that. So yes, certainly, in 5 years, I'd love to see my channel keep going the way it's going, get really successful, have at least over 100,000 subscribers, because that's been a long-term goal of mine that we're not reaching anytime soon because I keep losing subs and we can't even reach 50. But honestly, I don't care. It's just a goal that I'd like to have. It'd be a nice thing. And that's also because I am proud of my channel and I want to keep being proud of my channel. And the fact that I can manage it, you know, on top of my career, on top of my full-time job, I think is a testament to the fact that I am truly passionate about it. I think it's a testament to the fact that I do want to see it succeed, even though I've changed the content up, even though I'm not so focused on views anymore. It's definitely not my number one priority anymore. You know, being successful on YouTube is not changing my perspective on making videos, is not causing me to create certain content over other content, like arguably I was doing before with news content. I'm simply doing what I'm doing, and if I'm successful, then hey, that's great. I'm not going to argue with it. And the last aspect of the question, which funnily enough was the first aspect of the question, where do you see yourself 5 years career-wise? So I've touched on this before. If you don't know, I am a lawyer. I'm a fully qualified lawyer, and that's what I do by trade. And in terms of where I see myself in 5 years, you know, it's really hard to answer this kind of question because I can't talk about my job directly. I can't talk about what exactly I'm doing, the place I work at, the industry that I'm in. All I'm going to say is that I truly love the industry that I'm in, I truly love the job that I'm in, and I'm truly passionate about both of those things. And in 5 years, I'd like to see myself staying in this industry that will be unnamed at the time being. Do I see myself wanting to keep doing law and be a lawyer? I don't know. Like, I'm truly undecided on that. And here's why. Because right now, I think I'm getting as much enjoyment out of the law as I could possibly get out of any other job. I'm not in a traditional law firm, I don't represent clients, I don't work in a big corporate law firm working crazy hours, 80-hour weeks, I just don't do that. I work in a much different role, it's more policy related. But because of the job and because of the industry and because of the people I work with, I think I truly am getting the most enjoyment out of the law as possible. So I don't think I'd want to move to another job where I'm also doing something legal related. I don't think I'd want that, to be honest, because I'm happy where I am now. The only reason why I'd move to another job, say in 5 years, for example, is if I wanted to try something different. And maybe down the line, yeah, I do want to try something different. Maybe I want to try my hand at communications or public relations or marketing, social media, something a little bit more offbeat, something that I haven't done for the past 8 years of my life, because on top of the past legal jobs that I've had for 2 years, on top of the legal studies that I've had for 6 years, and on top of the job that I've had now for over a year, I've done nothing but law for like 8+ years, right? So in 5 years, if I'm either not at the job that I'm currently at now, and I definitely see myself being here for a very long time because I'm learning a lot, I'm working with great people, I'm networking, building up my connections, all of that good stuff, I see myself being in the same industry but doing something different, being in a different role, and probably not doing something law related. As much as I love the law and that I'm passionate about the law, I think a lot of people in their careers and in their full-time jobs do try something different down the line. You get burnt out eventually. It's kind of like YouTube, to be honest. And that's not to say that I don't enjoy my job. Like, I'm stressing that now that I truly do enjoy it. But 5 years is a very long time, and I just don't know what's going to happen in 5 years. Over the next 2 to 3, even 4 years, certainly I see myself staying in the current job that I'm in. But 5 years beyond, I don't know. All I know is that if I'm going to be moving, it's not going to be the law, it's going to be something else. So anyways, Wastelanders, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, ask some questions for the next alone time, and I'll shout you out in the video. And until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.